Hello YouTube gamers, we are continuing our historic Brawl challenge, trying to get 5 wins before we get 5 losses. This time we are playing Obosh, the Preypiercer. We're not playing him as a companion, but he's going to be our commander. So he's a 3/5 source you control with odd mana value, deals damage to a permanent or player, it deals double the damage instead. So it's pretty much a beatdown deck. It's not super aggro because it doesn't have it doesn't tempo out really fast. I don't have 2 drops or 4 drops or anything. Does have a lot of 1 and 3 drops, or at least a decent amount of 1 drops and a lot of 3 drops. But we're not really getting going until we get 5 mana, so turn 4 or 5. And then finishing up the game with the bigger creatures that will hopefully hit my opponent for lots of damage, since pretty much everything is essentially double strike. And then some other things like, Gutter Snipe dealing damage passively and stuff like that, like this guy just protecting stuff. So we'll see how it does. Let's go. Put up the tracker here. And start our first game. And right off the bat, we got thrown up against a Rusco deck. Well, that's annoying. Hopefully, we can kill it really quick. The rest is probably good against him. Can't play it until turn 2, which would disrupt my mana ramp a bit, but... Man, I really wish I just had to have a swamp in it. Oh. Okay. So that wasn't even a game, that doesn't even count. That's good though, I didn't really want to play against a Rusco deck. I find them very annoying. Definitely don't understand my opponent auto-conceding there. I think he definitely has the better deck, but to each their own. But I'd say this deck is probably about 50-50 of making the challenge, getting 5 wins before I get 5 losses. I expect it'll at least get 3 or 4 wins before it gets 5 losses, but it's very possible it won't make the challenge. We'll see. It's a bit slow. Skrelv. Oh, this is the new white thing that's really annoying, isn't it? Like doubles all the tokens coming on the battlefield or something like that. Yeah, that's definitely annoying. This ain't bad. At least we got some immediate damage in. Oh no, it's not that one. Okay, it's just a 1-drop toxic guy. Choose a color, another target creature you control. Touch 1 and hexproof from that color, and it can't be blocked. So kinda protection? Weird. Probably want to just keep that off the board. I really wish I had another black here to play this too, but I think I would rather just slow this crap down before he can start proliferating me. Plus it gives the pump on him, which is nice. Ooh, double strike toxic. Pretty sick. I think I need the 2 black. So we're gonna bolt this in. I'm gonna play him. I'm just gonna pass. I could probably get a damage in with this Monastery Swift Spear because he probably wouldn't risk blocking in case I had an instant, but I think I'd actually rather hold him for defense against it. And keep the Evolve Sleeper alive. Alright, he's back, but I can't activate him yet. Also very good to have 2 different color creatures out there for this, since it's also a tap ability. Oh wow, it's a tap. Damn. It's pretty bad. Oh, well, at least this guy up to his level 1. Let's see what's on top. I think I want this. You know, I think this is okay with me if he wants to trade at this point. Now that he has his commander down. Yeah, figured he'd just take the damage. And next turn we should be able to get our Obosh down and throw in a whole bunch of damage. As long as we don't get poisoned to death right now. Alright, Clarion Spirit. Grateful Apparition. Oh, well, he's definitely spamming the board. Want to get in there with that pro red? He does. It's fine by me. So we'll get 2 poison counters, but then my opponent will be having a lot of damage facing him. Hopefully we can race his poison. Still think this is the best play. And we'll give it haste. And we'll just swing out and see what happens. Now he doesn't really have any good trades, and he's probably going to take a good amount of damage here. Or he's going to have to give up some good creatures. I mean, this is threatening lethal. He can't just take it, so he's going to have to give up something. I mean, the least he should do is throw the spirit in front of the Obosh, probably. But I don't think that's actually really that good for him either. He should probably throw away this Grateful Apparition, but he probably won't. He'll probably end up with this proliferate bullshit, so. So we set up for a pretty good lethal next turn if my opponent doesn't have some way to deal with this, and it's very hard for him to lethal me, so. We're definitely ahead. And if he does a board wipe, then it board wipes him too, so we're still feeling okay about that. And then we're just a couple mana away from Shield Dread, and with big score, whatever I draw, I can probably ditch to that, get 2 treasures, and get Shield Dread down the next turn. So even if he manages to board wipe, it's not so bad. All I did was a creature. Okay. See what you can hit me with. 1, 2, 3. Essentially 4 more poison right now. If he almost swung out, and then you only have 2 blockers left, and he does. And he's not even hitting for that much. Okay. Why are you bothering with this? I don't have a blocker. What the fuck? What is my opponent doing? Like, you just missed damage and toxic for no reason. And cost yourself life. Weirdo. Now he's dead on board, right? I mean, see? Especially with that draw. He's dead on board without that. Yeah. We were already dead. Alright, so I mean, we were probably winning that anyways, but the opponent probably could have lived at least 1 more turn, and maybe gotten to a board wipe or something, but he chose death. I don't think he knew it, though. I don't think he was doing the math. Definitely does not feel bad to destroy a toxic deck. I hate toxic. Ooh, Rakdos mirror match, although Prosper is definitely the stronger commander. Not that we can't beat it, but it will be hard. I would say it's probably 60-40 in Prosper's favor, more likely, depending on how his deck is designed, I suppose. Man, I like this hand in a way, but so many big things that I can't cast unless I have to draw a land. I really want more early game with this deck, especially against Prosper. So I think I have to mull this as much as I want to keep it. All right, well, this isn't really an amazing hand either, but it's probably better than the last one. Aggro Prosper, huh? Interesting. I'm pretty sure the way this works too is it will deal 4 damage if I have Obosh on the board. Although I'm probably going to be using it here, but I think I'll kill the rabbit battery just because I can give other things haste. And we can throw him down as a blocker. Alright, well, my opponent's Prosper deck is definitely more of an aggro bent deck than like a control deck. We probably have a higher chance of winning than I thought. And it definitely looks like it must be an aggro deck playing garbage like this, because he just wants 1-drops in the deck, apparently. So, yeah, even with the fuel you get from Prosper, if you're playing a bunch of garbage 1 and 2 drops, it's probably not going to be good enough. Takes my Preypiercer away. Okay. You probably should have taken something I could actually cast next turn. Okay, well, we didn't draw a land, which is really sad. I wanted to be able to unexpected windfall. But gutter snipe is okay. And we're not in any real rush. Once we start doing damage, it's pretty much over for us. So we can hold back and be defensive for the moment. And at least my opponent can't really flip over his Valky yet, unless he has like a Dark Ritual or something. And even if he did, I don't think I'd be that worried about it. There's the Prosper. Okay, more garbage 1-drops. Man, why can't I draw land? This is sad. Well, every time we don't draw a land, our chances of winning go down quite a bit. I guess I'll play this. I don't really want to put Kai's Ghost Form in any of these creatures. In fact, I kind of want to discard this to the unexpected windfall, most likely. But yeah, we will just hold back again. At least this gives us something to do with our mana if we continue to draw crap. Oh, you got his Preypiercer. Okay, sure. He's almost got the devotion too. That could be very bad for us if we don't draw land. If we draw land, I don't think it's going to be an issue. But... Jesus Christ. I think I'm just going to have to ditch this. Oh, it's land. Now we got some removal, that's good. Probably want to save him to get Death Touch if something crazy goes on here. Maybe to kill his Prosper if he decides to attack with it. But I mean, I doubt he'll do that, but maybe he'll pump it or something. So yeah, we'll just hold back again. Might be too late. We finally drew a land, but I think it might be too late. Our opponent's starting to start getting ahead of us here pretty fast, especially with this thing going on. Jeez, he's playing with so much garbage too. Feels so bad to lose this. Now, after seeing what is in his deck, I'm feeling like our matchup should have been like 70-30 in our favor. Maybe even 80-20. But we got mana screwed. And I mean, it's still not over, but it doesn't look really good at all. We still have some stuff that we can do that might matter. But I really needed to get this off much sooner. I'm not even going to have time to do it now, probably. I guess I'm just taking this damage. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm doing. No, I clicked the wrong one. Thanks for catching that mistake, game. I thought I already hit his level 1 evolution. Did I forget to do it or something? Oh well, let's land, I guess. Man! Why does variance have to fuck us so hard so often? Yeah, I really needed to cast this turn. And it gives us the one black land in our deck that can't give us black mana right now. Or one of the, like, two. I guess we're just dead. I see no way to win right now. I mean, maybe unexpected windfall will draw me something, but I don't think so. Just get 2 treasures out of it. What am I going to get for a 2-drop? I mean, I guess I could have got 2 mana removal spell that might have mattered, but this is over. I'm just going to go. I don't see any way to win with that draw. Even with Terror of the Peaks, just too slow, too late. Missing those land drops for 2 turns in a row killed us. There's nothing we can do. Lose to even a basic bitch Prosper deck that has nothing good in it. The guy's just playing like all commons and uncommons. Terrible cards. I think that Wrathful Dragon that went to exile was the first good card I saw him play. Definitely a feel-bad loss. Oh, and now we're against a real deck. Great. Against our very much not real deck. Like that hand. This hand ain't much better, but it's still better. Get some early damage in, I guess. At least we have a tutor. Might matter. Oh, I didn't even remember I had this in the deck. How did I miss that when I was... Weird. Guess it's fine though. Although Undying Malice is probably better. Should have replaced it with that. The real question is, what do I want a tutor for? So dropping Vokolos next turn. Most likely. I definitely do this before attacking, so I'd pump my guy. Maybe I get a mana source just to guarantee I can get Obosh out, but I think I want something more aggressive for 4 mana. Something I can play next turn. Or maybe Gix. Get me some card draw. And potential damage in. Though, let's see, we have a Bedevil, so I'm probably actually going to want to cast that to kill his Golos. And then we'll have 1 mana left over. I want a 1 mana spell. Maybe I just get something for a couple turns from now instead. I don't know. It's a hard decision. Maybe I just get more removal for Golos or something else bad. This is a pretty good one against a Golos deck. I'll just take this. I don't know if it's the best thing, but that's what I'm going for. And I can see a lot of play lines where I'm glad to have this. Might even just use it now and save the Bedevil that has a little more versatility. Really wish we could have gotten a few more creatures out early, though. He has a Blade Bridge. Wonderful. Though I'd rather deal with that than another Golos at this moment. Gives us a chance to get our Nighthawk down, or maybe even Obosh. I can't do Nighthawk and hold up the Devil, otherwise I'd definitely do it that way. But tempted to even just Embercleave, but I think I'm just going to get the Obosh down. Get a couple damage in and have that ready for doing some bigger damage later, hopefully. Here you go, Omnath. It's not the worst thing. Just an RNG fest now. I wish Bedevil could kill an enchantment, but it's black-red, so of course it can't. Here's the Golos. Here we are with mana problems again. Yeah, this deck definitely needs to keep drawing land. Maybe I should put more land in it. I don't know. I think there's already like 36 or 7 or something like that. And a bunch of ramp. I think if I do the Bedevil, it holds him up 2 red, which does nothing. If I do the Bloodchief's Thirst, it holds up 1 red, which does nothing. I definitely have to kill this Golos. I can't just let him start using his ability and he's just going to kill us for sure. But I guess I use the more expensive one first. And the less versatile one. Man, if I even had just another black mana, this could be so good right now. We'll see if he wants to trade. Oh good, at least he had as much of a whip as you can get off of the bridge there. I guess this is over. I mean, it is probably the 3rd best Teferi, but still the 3rd best Teferi is still pretty good. Now his MS is going to start drawing him a shitload of cards and getting big, and I just think no chance of wasting this one. Just didn't get the right draw. And I mean, I felt like this matchup was really, really tilted against us anyways. This is like a pretty much a real Golos deck. I mean, he's playing with some weird-ass shit that I wouldn't play with in a Golos deck, but it's all still just like big shit, so, you know. We just needed to draw like all our removal, basically, and we just only drew a few of it, so I think this is over. I don't see any reason to waste time here. I can't beat that board with any draws at this point. So. Congratulations, the Golos deck wins against a highly inferior deck. I'm sure it makes him feel better. Alright, matchup. Please give me a even matchup. Not one of the top tier decks, please. And even though that Golos deck was not like 100% the best Golos deck I ever saw, like it doesn't need to be. That changes it from being like a 10 to a 9 maybe against my 5. Maybe 6, probably not even more than that. But Heliod, well, Heliod's one of those decks that if he comes out right, he can just kill you real quick, but the chances of that are pretty low. If Heliod gets an average draw and I get an average draw, I probably win with this deck. This hand isn't complete garbage. It's not great, but this deck definitely needs a little bit more tweaking, though. There's a few cards in it that I forgot were in it that need to be replaced for better cards. But even then, even if I made this deck as 100% optimized as I could, it's never going to be like... It's never going to be as good as Prosper or anything like that, you know? It's more for funsies. See if you play something I want to bolt. Plays nothing. Nice. Alright, so Heliod got maybe even what I'd call a below average draw. Oh, I should have played this last turn. I don't know what I was thinking. I just wasn't thinking. No, I want to play the Nighthawk first. I'll just have to get this tap land down later. We're going to hang on to this ghost form for Obosh if we can. Alright, well, he may not have had like all of his good creatures, but he's got all the removal. Oh, he hits that? Okay. I guess. We missed on land. Darn. Land drop here would have been really cool. But Arena hates us, so we didn't get on. And instead we get to do nothing. Here's the Helion. But at least on the plus side, my opponent's basically doing nothing too this turn. Or nothing, that's good. Oh my god. Well, at least it's something I can play if I don't get lands. And I can evolve them twice if I don't need the hero's downfall. Mana problems over mana problems and mana problems. That's all I'm seeing tonight. That is definitely a boltable target. Probably wait for Boss Recast to plus something and then we kill. I assume we got plus the impulse. If he does, we'll kill it in response. Yeah. Get the bolt done while it's useful. That'll also shut off his Heliod, I think, right? Oh no, that guy still gives him enough. Okay. Ooh, and he did not attack. Really? What the hell? That's weird. I'll take it though. Oh man, I couldn't have had that in 2 turns. There, I've got to kill Boss Cat. He's kind of annoying. It's all about. What? Okay, cool. I'll take an easy win that I didn't think was going to be a win. I actually thought we were way behind here. Guess my opponent really wanted his Boss Cat to survive. Which, to be fair, if Boss Cat survives, he wins the game. Which is why he can't survive. But if your whole game plan revolves around one Planeswalker in your deck, that's a little bit of a weird way to build a deck. But like, even if he had nothing in hand, he was not losing at all right there. There was one top deck 2 mana, 2 mana Pip enchantment from getting Helion back. And all I had was like 4 damage coming at him. It wasn't like I was racing in with tons of damage. I had missed like 3 land drops or something. Like, I don't know. That was a weird conceit to me. But then again, that's historic Brawl. People just concede as soon as things get slightly inconvenient sometimes. Hell, I do it too sometimes. I don't think I like this hand. It just doesn't do enough. If I had some red mana, maybe I'd keep it. But without any red mana at all, I just don't think this hand is... Especially if I'm up against an aggro deck like that. I think that's what that is, right? Which one is this? Oh. That's not what I thought it was. It's still annoying, but now I'm going to mulligan. Alright, well at least we got 2 different colors of mana. A worse hand. But at least we got a Fable, so if we draw land, that'll help us. It has best possible 1-drop, that's great. So he's a 2-mana 3/3. If you would get 1 or more poison counters, instead you get 1 counter and you can't get additional. So he's an anti-toxic. And then you can exile to choose another target creature or artifact, and when you just put it in the graveyard, return it to the battlefield. Alright, it's nothing. That doesn't seem very impressive. But when I'm not doing anything, I guess it's pretty good. Just freaking damaging. I mean, it's 2-mana 3/3, right? I guess that's what it is. That does situational other things. Maybe I gotta put more board wipes in this deck. It's kind of lame, but maybe I do. Just because this deck never really completely can compete with these swarm decks. But I'm going to play the Gorger because it does have lifelink. It won't let my opponent draw a card off Esper Sentinel like the Fable. The Fable would be better, and maybe I should just let my opponent draw a card off of it. But I'd rather put a threat on the board that can block some of the damage, and you can always play the Fable next turn, and there's a chance I draw a land, and then I don't have to let my opponent draw a card off the Esper Sentinel. So. And my opponent's coming out kind of fast, but not like crazy fast. That's fine. Yeah, we drew. Still not feeling good this game, but. Oh, now I have to pay 2. God damn it. Nope, I'm not going to be blocking with the Gorger, I don't think. Or maybe, I guess I could double block. Yeah, fuck it. Maybe that'll discourage my opponent from attacking. Or not, okay. I am fine with losing this on this guy, I think. Yeah. Works for me. Alright, so that went okay. Definitely could have been worse. Alright, we're going to get rid of these big fatties because I just cannot... I'm not going to find the time to cast them right now. And who knows, maybe we'll draw some of the few random reanimate type spells we've got. Ooh, I might want to kill that in the trenches. Damn it, though. I don't know. I really wish I could have drawn some land. I really don't feel like I have time to play Key to the Archive, so I'm going to big score it away, and we can still get 2 treasures here to play something. Hey, we got some land. I think right now I do want to kill this thing. Kind of hate to waste it on a spell like that, but I'm taking too much damage. I need to do it. And I can't tax. I mean, I think we're still dead. I don't see a whole lot of ways for us to win here with knowing that I have no board wipes in this deck. Against a deck like this with the draw you got, that's what I need. And I opted to not make this deck into a board wipe side. I'm just taking it because I don't care. Hopefully we die sooner than later, because I don't really want to play this anymore. I'm just going to concede. At this point, we can't lose. But I'd say power level, those two decks were about the same. And both really bad. But you know, sometimes it can be fun. It can be fun to play bad decks. Sometimes. And sometimes you just get matched up against really powerful decks and die horribly, and it's really not fun at all. So I don't know, maybe at some point I will go like revamp this deck again and make it a more control style deck. But that seems like, I don't know, it doesn't seem fun. And it seems like it would just be less good than really any other control deck in the game. So if it's not doing something that's actually at least semi-unique, I just kind of don't want to play the deck. So up against a Obosh Dragon God. Well, that's probably a really fucking bad matchup for us. So this is almost certainly going to be a loss. But it's not impossible, so we'll at least give it some turns and see what happens. And this hand is okay. But this is most likely going to be like an Uber Grixis Control Super Friends deck. At least I have one like it, and that's the best way to build it for sure. So most likely that's what we're up against, and most likely we have zero chance to win against that. But at least this can kill a Planeswalker. I don't know, I shouldn't say zero chance to win against it, but it's probably like 3% or something like that. I think we would have to play like 100 games to win one against this, most likely. With the way this deck is designed right now. I think I just want to Valakut Awakening, get better cards in my hand. Do that on my opponent's end step. Black market connection. Hey, my opponent has a win condition for us on the battlefield. That's good. So I don't want. I'm gonna get rid of. I'm even gonna get rid of the land. Though I probably shouldn't. Get rid of that. I'll get rid of that. I think I'm gonna keep the Doom Necromancer. I'm just gonna go with this because we're probably gonna draw another land. And if we're that unlucky, then so be it. And we even drew a land we wanted instead. Just gonna play a sword for now, and just hang out. Any creatures I play are just gonna die. I mean, at least my opponent missed a land drop, so that maybe this will be the 1% chance game that we can win. 1%. So he does everything but the creature. That's smart. At least he's not using it wrong. Well, usually the first time you can get away with doing all three, but I've seen people just like do this every turn, all three, and just kill themselves. It's like, dude, a 3/2 creature is not worth 15 life. Maybe once it's worth it. I don't think Lightning Bolt's going to be great against him. I mean, maybe I can kill Planeswalker with it. Right, so he's clearly not doing a complete Super Friends deck. But I do think Maybe I do want to keep this. I don't know, the new Necromancer ain't doing shit this game, so let's get rid of him. Didn't get the kind of draw that makes him good. Surprise there. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to keep a creature on the board, which is why I don't think we can win this match. He's just going to have a shitload of removal, and we just don't really have gas in Rakdos to keep up with the removal that he's going to have. So yeah, we can play Obosh, he's just going to die, and then we basically lose. This is not the kind of deck I want to match up against with this. In fact, this is one of the worst types of matchups, any kind of control deck with blue in it, basically. And on top of that, he's playing douchebag cards too. But that's to be expected from a Grixis deck. I think I'm the only Grixis player on the planet that does not play the douchebag cards. Did not kill my Obosh. I'm a little surprised by that. Maybe he has another removal spell in? Oh, just not something. Look at all the douchebaggery. This is about as douchebaggery as I get. That's the only hand destruction card I ever play. At least in Brawl. Oh, he's got a handful of counter spells. More removal. Yeah. I can just see it by this hand we're dead. That, I guess. I don't know why I'm even playing this out, like knowing what he's got in his hand. I'm just not reason to continue this. There is no top deck in this deck that would save me here, and there's just no chance. That was not fun at all. I'm never going to be saying it's a fun game against people who can play Thoughtseize and Inquisition of Kozilek and all that bullshit. Definitely the lamest card you can play in Brawl. Maybe the only thing lamer is like a devoted hand destruction deck. I think I only saw that once with like Cody or whatever the thing is called, that book. And it's still a bad deck, but it makes you a fucking total douchebag of a human being to play it. Again, for fun format, like there's just no reason to play decks like that. I'd play those cards myself if it was like a ranked system, or if there was like events or something, you know, something that made it actually play for something other than just for fun. I'll keep it. Maybe I can get an early Obosh kill in. And I also could probably make this deck stronger if I made it more aggro and just make Obosh be the top end. That's probably the most effective way to build the deck, but I just get so bored of aggro. Like mid-range decks are really... Mid-range and control decks are the only two decks I like to play, really. Like aggro just bores the shit out of me. Even if it's a good deck, like I'll win 3 games in a row and be like, okay, I never want to play this deck again. And if Obosh can't work as a mid-range deck, then I don't really want to play it, I think. So, and it looks like it just can't. Too many try-hard players in a for-fun format. Don't really understand it, never will, but that's the way it is. But Thassa isn't a great deck either, so I'd say power level wise this is probably similar. I mean, it depends on what type of blue deck this is, maybe. It doesn't want to play. Wasn't really looking forward to playing a mono blue deck, but I will not count that as a win. That's just not even a game, so that is a no match. More, okay. I feel like we could do well against Brunoir with if we get the right draw, but this is definitely not it. This one's better. At least I have removal spells, which is what you need against a deck like this. Let's play this first. I probably should have played this. Well, maybe I won't play this as a land, though. Kind of don't want to, so. At least we're still guaranteed to be able to play our 3 drops next turn. This one. Still would like to draw some red mana at some point. At least I don't need. Equipped creatures get +3/2 and trample. It's actually pretty good, huh? Seems worth killing. Especially since Go for the Throat won't kill that one. Oh, play him later. I think I'd rather go for the Clutch Gorger first and try and get my life total up higher before I start getting my face bit in by equipment stuff. Oh, this is the Foam Mirrodin thing. +1, -1, okay. Sure. Well, as much as I would like to play this, I think I need to hold up removal. This guy's not a card penetrated. This token. Just make sure I can hit it with Go for the Throat. Maybe I should have played that as land this time. I don't know. I kind of. Oh, I should have. Okay. Definitely glad we held up removal. Is he going to go all in on his token? Oh yeah. He's going all in on it. Oh, he's putting it on the equipment. Which equipment is he putting on? The move speed? Okay. I guess there's no point in killing it in response there. You can just switch it over to the other guy. Well, I guess I could have... No, it wouldn't have done that in the program. Better to wait till he attacks, so we can't switch over to his other. Okay. Really just like put it all in on that fucking Barbed Fist, huh? Hope I draw some artifact removal. Guess I could go tutor for it. It might even be worth a damn. Do I even have it in the deck is the question. Oh, I probably don't have it with black mana though. I need to tutor for red mana, huh? That's a little unfortunate. I guess I gotta do what I gotta do. But do I actually run any artifact removal in this deck? Actually don't know if I do. That's definitely a mistake. Bedevil is the only one. Yeah, I don't think I have a Braid in here. That definitely should be in here. Does this kill an artifact? Alright, so that can kill an artifact. Alright, at least I do have some way of doing it. But this deck should have a Braid and maybe one or two other things too. But alright, right now we're just getting land. What is the best land for me to get? Probably just grab Command Tower. Is there not a Command Tower in this deck? What the hell's wrong with me? I didn't even put Command Tower in the deck? Okay. Well, in that case, I guess I'll just get done. Oh, I already played a land. Well, I should have got a mountain then. I forgot that I played land. Alright, well. I'm fucking up left and right this game. But at least we have a good block here, and we can use Malakir Rebirth to bring back my guy as a big dude. Maybe that would be good. Of course, he had to have some removal for it. That figures. This game is going about as badly as it possibly can. Between my mistakes and just my opponent just having all the exact right answers for every situation. It's getting pretty annoying. But on the plus side, we still have a huge 7-6, 7-5 thing. Hopefully he doesn't have another removal spell for it. But at least it'll cost him 7. Of course he's got it. Of course. My opponent has just gotten a perfect draw this game. And we have gotten a very terrible draw. Hey, we drew him out. Might be too little too late though. If I do that though, he just plays Brunor, and Brunor gives what? +2 for each equipment. Oh, he's only got 1 equipment on it though. That's right, he did just throw all those runes onto the equipment there. So it's not really that big of a deal. Alright, maybe I can get away with this. Don't mind seeing SRAM go. Oh, he's got a board wipe, which he doesn't even want, and he's got a... okay, that's for... Okay, yeah, fuck now. Nice top deck. Yeah, opponent's just getting the most insane possible draws. Nothing I can do about that. I bet if he could have picked a card to draw in his deck, it would have been that. I would have. That seemed like the best possible draw in that situation. Or at least one of them. And now we're at 2. What a joke. Oh, I did have a 1 board wipe in the deck at least. Guess that's what I'm taking. Don't think it matters, because he's just going to kill me with his Brunor. That's okay. There's no way he doesn't do it. And even if he doesn't, I don't want to win that way anyway. Alright, so we went 2 and 5. Not terribly surprised. I thought we'd get at least 3 or 4 wins, but variance definitely did not help us in any way. It actually hurt us quite badly. It gave our opponents really good draws and gave us really, really bad draws a lot of times this time. And this is the kind of deck that does rely on variance because it is actually a pretty bad deck. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching me get my ass kicked. And next time we'll be doing another deck. If you are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments about the deck or play, then feel free to leave them. Till next time, happy gaming.